Hi everybody, it's Derek at the Victory Library and welcome back to Coder Dojo Summer Series. We're in week 6 and going to start a new project this week. So let's go ahead and start talking about that now. Okay. So this week's project is titled or named Chatbox, and it's going to be a little bit more of an interactive project this week. We did a game last week, and this one's pretty cool though. I think you're going to like it. And this week's project, we're going to incorporate or learn about the coding concepts of variables, strings, and conditionals. And we've used variables and conditionals in some of our other projects in the previous weeks. And strings are something new. And strings are related to variables, okay? And if you remember, variables are kind of like a box or container that store information that we want in our coding project. Strings are actually, it could be a number or numbers, a short sentence, something that's inside your variable, inside that box. So it could be something like a name, like Derek or Victory Library. It could be an age, like the number 12. It could be the days left of school, 230, you name it. So let's go ahead and take a look at our project, our chatbot project, just to kind of see what we're going to be building today. So go ahead and on your web browser on your computer, go ahead and go to this web address on your web browser. And if you need to pause the video right now, go ahead and do that to jot down this web address. It's on the Raspberry Pi website, which is the organization that provides the curriculum and projects that we're doing here in Coder Dojo. And I'm going to go ahead and navigate over there myself. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, here we are. Okay, so when you get to that web address, you should see this page here, chatbot on the Raspberry Pi website. Okay, and what we're going to want to do is go ahead and scroll down a little bit on that page. And actually, let me see here. I'm on the second part. We want to be on the introduction part over here on the side menu. Okay. Introduction, and then if you scroll down, you'll see the chatbot project there, okay? Alright, so go ahead and this is the completed version of the chatbot. So go ahead and you can click on the green flag there or here, okay? And then we have our little guy, and what we're going to want to do is actually click on the chatbot, and he's going to ask us a question. What's your name? So down here below him or her or whatever this little cute guy is, we're going to type in our name. Okay, and then you can hit the enter key on your keyboard, or you can click on the check there. Alright, and then you'll see, hi Derek. Well, it went by quick, but he replied, hi Derek. Okay, and then he's asking another question, are you okay, Derek? So here's an example of how we typed in our name and it was stored as a variable, and then with the string here, we had a couple more words attached there to our name. Okay, and then we have another response. So let's go ahead and click in the box, and I'm going to reply yes, I'm okay, and hit enter. And then chatbox says that's great to hear. And then a third question, do you want to go to the moon? So, sure, why not? I'm going to click yes, and enter, and we're on the moon. Okay? All right, so that's kind of a fun little program there, a little conversation, a little travel here with Chatbot. So let's go ahead and get started on building this project from the ground up. So what you'll want to do now is scroll down and click on this "What you will need" link here, okay? And actually, I changed my mind. Let's go ahead and scroll up. And instead, let's go ahead and click over here on the side left column here. And then we're going to click on the next bullet point there, your chatbot. Okay. And here it asks you some questions, about if you want to think about a personality your chatbot has, name, and so on. Okay, so that's some stuff you can think about if you want, and keep that in mind as you're designing your chatbot. But we're going to go ahead and skip past that and go down here to the chatbot Scratch Charter starter project. I'm sorry. And you're going to want to go to this link here, the online starter project link, and just click right on that. Okay, and then what that's going to do is it's going to redirect us over to the Scratch website, and it's going to load in some graphic files that we're using for our chatbot project. Okay, so you should be seeing this, and so it's over on the Scratch website. We should all be familiar with this by now, with the design environment screen. But we're not signed in yet. We're just there, but we want to make sure we're signed in so it's saving our work. So go ahead and on the main menu here, go over here to the upper right corner, and you can click Sign In. Okay, and then go ahead and log in there. And if you're just joining us and didn't create a Scratch account yet, you can just use this other link for Join Scratch and create a free account, and then you'll be able to log in. Okay, so now I'm signed in. You can see my username up there in the right corner. And then if you look over here for the file name, right now you're seeing the Raspberry Pi logo, chatbot, and then you see this green remix button. It's right underneath the video of me, right down there. So go ahead and click on that remix green button there. Okay, and what this is doing is did you see how the field changed right here? So now it's saving it to our own account, and then we can rename it if we want, leave it the same. So I'm going to just put my name on this, or remember it's my file, Chatbot Derek, and then you can just type in your name or whatever file name you want, just something. Doesn't really matter what, just so you name it something, and you can hit the Enter key, and now your project will be saved. If you go over here and click on this little folder, it'll show you your chatbot project there. Okay, and just to show you, you don't need to do that. So let's go ahead and start with the coding here. So, all right, so we have, if you scroll down a little bit down here, we have below the stage, we actually have a couple different sprite characters here that we can choose from. All right, so it's up to you which one you want to use, and I think I'm gonna go with, let's see here, I'm gonna go with this guy Nano for here. Okay, now to see these other characters in the stage, if you go up here to the show buttons, and you click on the these little camera icons, and then you'll be able to see the other sprites, and they're all there. They're just hidden because the little camera eye is excuse me, set to off with a little line through it. So you don't have to use all of them, of course. Just choose the one you want, and then you can turn the other ones back off again, or make them unviewable. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with Nano here, and then I'm going to click on the eye so he's showing, and then I'm going to hide the other sprites here. Tara is still showing, so I'm going to click on the eye on her. And remember, you got to have the sprite selected in order for that show option to work, to hide them or show them. Okay, so we have Nano, and let's go ahead and move forward from there. Okay, so so for starters, let's go ahead and let's go over to the events button here on the code tab over here on the left side, and we're going to choose a when the sprite is clicked. Okay, just like when in the example we had to click on him for something to happen, right? Okay, all right, and then what we're going to do is go over and let's see, where are we? What we're going to want to do is find the ask code here. And okay, it's under the sensing button there, sorry. So the sensing button here, and then go ahead and grab the ask what's your name and wait block. Okay, drag that out. Okay, and it's already set to what we want it to. If you wanted to type in a different message, you could just click in there and change it, but we're going to use what's your name for now. Okay, then we're going to go over to the looks button here, and we're going to choose the top block here, say hello for 2 seconds, all right? Go ahead and drag that and drop right under there. Okay, so what we're going to want to do here is actually change the message in the say block to something else, because he's going to ask what's your name, and then you're going to type in an answer to that, and then the chatbot's going to respond back, right? What a could be a lovely name, what a cool name, what a nice name. There's something positive there. I'm going to put what a cool name. Okay, then hit enter to save that. Okay, and you can leave the number of seconds that he says that at 2. So go ahead and let's test that out. Let's go ahead and click on your chatbot over here. Over here, I'm going to hit the green flag to start program. Then click on Nano here. Oops, you know what I made a mistake here, but this is a good thing to learn from. I had the Terra sprite selected when I did that code, and I don't have Terra on the stage here. I have Nano. So if I click on Nano down here, there's no code over here, right? So let's go ahead and fix that, and I'm going to actually do a quick drag the code, and you can actually just drop it right on the other sprite here. Looks like it didn't go. Let's try that again. Okay, so now Nano is highlighted in blue, and then here's the code that we just did accidentally on Terra. Okay. So let's go ahead and I think for now I'm going to get rid of these other sprites. They're really cute, but I'm just going to get rid of them so there's no more mistakes there. All right, so now let's click on him or her, and there's what's your name. Okay. And you can go ahead and continue on and type in your name and hit enter. And then after you type that in, then the what a cool name block of code runs, okay? All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some more code, make it a little bit more personal, so that when chatbot is talking, chatbot is using your name, all right? So to do that, to get that name that you typed in and hit enter, on the screen. To get that into chatbot, we're going to go ahead and go over here to the operators button here on the blocks of code, and then look for the join block here. It should be down here. It actually says join apple and banana right now. So go ahead and drag that out. Okay, and then we're gonna actually just drop it right in top of that, on top of that one. Okay. And then right now it has apple and banana in there. We definitely don't want that, right? So let's go ahead and type over the apple, so it's highlighted in blue, and you can hit enter, or I'm sorry, delete, and we're going to type in hi instead. Hit enter. Okay. Now it says hi banana for 2 seconds. Not quite what we want either. So what we can do here is go over to the sensing button over here. Okay, and what we're going to want to look for is the answer block here. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, here it is. So we have that what's your name block here, and then right underneath it there's an answer block. Okay, so we're going to want to drag that out. See, these two are related, right? We're going to stick it right in there. All right. Now let's try it again. Go ahead and run your program. Click on Sprite. What's your name? Type in your name. Hit enter on the keyboard. And now we have hi Derek. Okay, so now chatbot is getting a little bit more interesting. Chatbot's asking us a question and then replying to us, our name. Okay, so it's a little bit more personalized. Okay. Okay, so right now we've got a good start, and now let's talk about the variable and how to use that block, because that's going to come in handy here in a bit. So go over here and click on the buttons on the side, and click on the variables button, and then we're going to click on the make variable button up here on top. Right now there are no blocks of code, so we're going to click make a variable up here. And new variable name, that's the container for our new information, right, that we want to store. And go ahead and click, you can name it whatever you want, but I would say name it something you're going to remember what its purpose is. So I'm going to type name in for this sprite only, and then click OK. Right now, if you look, there are some blocks of code here for that variable, okay? So now what we're going to do is, with our variable set here for name, we're going to click on the set name to. We're going to pull that out here, and we're going to actually just stick it right up there. Okay, and you click on this, there's a drop-down menu, and right now we just have just one variable, so that's the only one that's showing up here on the drop-down menu, so you can just leave it as is. And now what we're going to do is take the answer block out of here, and we're going to put it up here. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're assigning something to put in our variable, into our container, and it's going to be when we type in our name, it's going to go into the name variable. Okay, all right, so set name to answer here. Okay, all right, so now down below, when it says when it runs the say block, we still want it to say hi, but now we want it to we need to fill something in here, not banana, right? So let's get banana out of there, and we're going to want to grab the name block up here. And again, this block is associated, this whole thing is with the name variable, all these blocks here, okay, in that container with whatever we put in it when we type in. So let's go ahead and put name right there, and then let's try that out. Okay, and notice before we do anything else, over here on the stage, there is a up here the variable is actually showing a name And then watch what happens. Let's click on Nano, type in an answer. What's your name? Hi, Derek. And then check out what happened up here. You can see that the container now has the variable in there, my name that I typed in, which I typed in my name, Derek. So, all right. So it works like it does before, but we have a little bit more power here with having a variable now. If you decide one other design thing, if you decide you don't want the variable showing up on the stage there, you can go over here and there's a little check box right next to the name variable. You can click on that and then it disappears. Do you see how it's on and off the screen? Okay, so we'll leave it on there for now, just so we remember that we have that variable. It's kind of a nice visual reminder there, representation of that. Okay. All right, here I just noticed something. Let me see if I can get my window a little bit better. We'll just leave it then. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. And from here, if you want, you could have some more interaction. You could have Nano or whichever character you chose ask more questions. You know, where do you live? What kind of food do you like? And you could do some more question and answer, some more interaction. And I think we're going to skip that because essentially you're going to be just doing the same thing again. You're using these same blocks of code with different questions and then different answers. And you can play around with that and actually expand on this concept. Okay, but for now, let's go ahead and we're going to actually go into some decision-making coding for that. So now what we're going to do is code some questions that ask for a yes or no answer, and then depending on the answer, yes or no, the chatbot will be coded to respond appropriately. Okay, so what we can do here is we can keep using the same, we can keep adding to the same code that we started with. We have the initial, what's your name, and then hi, and then we're going to go ahead and add to that. So let's go ahead and get over here to the sensing button, and let's grab another question here. Okay, so I'm gonna just put it here for now so we can kind of see what we're adding to what we already started. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the same deal. We're gonna ask a question, and this time we're going to go over to the operators button. And we're going to choose that join block. And this time we're going to actually put it here in the ask block, okay? So now we can go ahead and click in that first field there where it says Apple, and you can hit delete and get rid of that. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit just so we can see what's going on a little bit better on the screen. How's that? Okay. All right, and then so now we're going to type in the first field there. We're going to type in a question, a yes or no question. So I'm going to type in, are you okay? Okay, and that's a pretty good example, right? Okay, now in the other field, we're going to do just like we did before. Go ahead and go over to the variables button there. And we want chatbot to say our name. Are you okay, Derek? And go ahead and drop that in there. Okay. And you can go ahead and click on that if you want and just see if it works. Are you okay, Derek? Okay, so now I put a question mark there, and it's kind of doesn't look right on the screen, so I think I'm going to get rid of that. Go ahead and press stop. Go back in here and fix that. Get rid of the question mark. And now it's just are you okay, Derek? Now do you see how the okay and the Derek, how the words are right next to each other? We're missing a space. So I'm going to go ahead and click in the box one more time. I'm going to hit the space key on my physical keyboard. And then do you see how the cursor moved there? Just hit it one time, and then hit enter, and then let's try it one more time. Click on chatbot. Now what's your name? Derek. Hi Derek. Now do you see how there's space between hi and Derek there, so it looks a little bit more grammatically correct, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and do some conditional statements. Chatbot can respond appropriately in case you answer no, because that's your two options for the answers, right, to type in. So let's go ahead and grab a if-then block here, and we're going to put it down here. All right, and then we're going to go back over here to the operator buttons. This time we're going to use the these equals, the equals block. Okay, and then I'll show you how this works. So right now it says blank equals 50. We don't need 50. You can get rid of that. And instead, what we're going to do is go back over here to sensing, and we're going to choose the answer block here. So if the answer is equal to, and then it's either going to be yes or no in the other field here. You can click on that field and type in yes. And then if the answer is yes, after he asks if we're okay, then let's go over to looks and we'll find the right comment to put in here. So grab a say block, drop it in there. And it says hello. We don't want hello though, so go ahead and click on that and get rid of that. And then you can type in a response. Are you okay? And then if the answer is yes, then you can type in that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Whatever you want. I'm going to type in that's great to hear. And okay, and then it says it's going to show that for 2 seconds. So go ahead and click on this block here just to test it out. Are you okay, Derek? I'm going to type in yes, and I'm going to hit enter, and that's great to hear. Okay, so try that on yours and see if that worked for you. And let's go ahead and test it one more time, and we'll do the answer no and see what happens here. Okay, you shouldn't have any response yet. But we're going to change that. We're going to code it, okay? So right now we have, let's look back down here. We have if-then block, and we want two options here. There's, if the answer is yes, he's going to say that's great to hear. But if the answer is no, we need to have some more down here. So go ahead and let's pull this down here. Let's scroll up a bit. Oops. Make some room. And then go back over here again to the control button, and we're going to choose this other if-then statement. Okay, and this is another conditional if, then, or else. So now there's another option. So let's go ahead and transfer up the code from our other if-then block. I'm going to drop right in there, and drop this say that's great to hear block right in there, and then you can get rid of this other if-then block. You can just drag it over this way and let it go, and it should be out of our hair. Okay, so now we have another opening here for the other option. Now we don't have to do a bunch of code. We can just have another say block. So if the answer is anything besides yes, this is what's going to happen. So we're going to click say, and then you can type in, you get rid of hello there, and type in some other comment. If he asks, "Are you okay?" and the user types no or blah or I don't care or whatever, then you can type in another comment. Chatbot will respond with it's appropriate. So I'm going to put oh no, type oh no, and then we'll see how that works. So go ahead and type in your response, and then go ahead and click on this block here just to run this part of the code. Are you okay, Derek? I'm going to type no. And oh no. Go ahead and click on it again and type something else in. Are you okay, Derek? Blah. Oh no. Okay? And of course, if you type in yes, you're going to get that's great to hear. Okay, so our code is working here. Alright, so just looking at this block here, chatbot's asking, are you okay, Derek? So this first block is saying, and then from there it goes into the if then else conditional statements here. If the answer is yes, you get one answer. If the answer is anything else besides yes, it's automatically going to say oh no. Okay. Okay, so chatbot is got the same expression on here. So let's go into the visual stuff happening here and some graphic design animation for a minute here. So go ahead and click over here. Oops. Trying to scroll up here on my main window. Now go over here next to the code tab on the left side and click on costumes. And if you look here on the side here, if you remember the costumes, sometimes we have, these are preloaded with other costumes. You can see here we have one with Nano's mouth closed and open, and a little arm movement, and then there's another kind of frown, okay? So to make things more interesting, we can have chatbot have different facial expressions as he's going through and talking with us, okay? Alright, so what we can do is, let's see here. I'm going to zoom out for a minute because things are getting kind of hard to see here, hard to find. Okay. Alright, so right now I'm going to just connect all this stuff together that we've coded so far. And now what we can do is try to get those different costumes, those different facial expressions incorporated into what we've already done. So if you focus on if then else block here in this scenario, what we can do is put his facial expressions in with the say blocks. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over to the looks button and then look for switch costume. Okay, it should be right over here. Alright, and you can drag and drop that right under the save block. Okay, and if you click over here on the switch costume 2 block and click down on it, then you have the 4 different Nano costumes that we were looking at a minute ago. Okay, so if you don't remember which one is which, we can go back over here to the tab for costumes, and Nano A is the one where he's smiling. Okay, the second one, mouth open, laughing, looks like, and then mouth closed and frown. Okay, so right now Nano is on smiley, and I'd say if Nano asks, "Are you okay?" and you answer yes, that's a good thing. So let's choose Nano B here. Okay, the sprite. So make sure Nano A is selected for starters. Go back out to the code. And then back over here to our block. Sorry, here, I'm trying to find my mouse pointer. There we go. And we're going to use Nano B. Switch to Nano B if he says that's great to hear. Let's try that. And okay, do you see how Nano's mouth moves? So I'm going to hit stop there. That's great to hear. All right. And we want another costume for Oh No. So which costume do we want for Oh No? Probably this Nano D, this one here. Okay, so make sure Nano A is selected for now. Go back out. And then we're going to grab another switch costume and drag that down here. And then Nano D is already selected, it looks like. So let's go ahead and try that. And great to hear. And that actually we need to run the whole thing. So let's go ahead and connect this with the rest of our code. And then we'll hit the green flag and start here from the beginning here. What's your name? Derek. Hi, Derek. Are you okay, Derek? Yes. That's great to hear. And a little smiley face there. Now let's try it again. Let's click on Nano. What's your name? Derek. And I'm going to type, no, I'm not okay. And there's an, oh no. And, okay, Nano's facial expression just changed there, if you notice that, okay. All right. All right, so there we got a little bit more personality there for Nano. Okay, so now if you'll notice, after we do all that, Nano's facial expression stays the same, right? So let's go ahead and fix that. And what we can do is reset Nano's facial expression each time. So we're going to grab another switch costume, and then we're going to put it right up here at the top. So whenever you click on Nano, it's going to automatically go back to well, whatever facial expression you want to start with. I think Nano A is the one we want. So I'm going to click on Nano A from the drop down, and then let's go ahead and click on Nano. And do you see how Nano's facial expression changed, okay? And then we'll do the rest and so on. Okay, so let's see here. So from here, you could continue on and have some more question and answer with Nano, have some more fun with it. Jokes, who knows, whatever conversation you want to put in there. So that's up to you to decide, and if you want to continue on and make your chatbot even more interactive and interesting, you can do that. And what we're going to do is just one more thing for today's project to show you here. And that's just going to be to change the backdrop or the location. Okay. So right now, if you'll notice, if you go over here, underneath the stage down here in the corner, right now there is a backdrop here of looks like he's on the moon, the lunar surface there, right, or some other planet. Now there are actually other preloaded backgrounds in here when we downloaded that project or remixed it. So to see those other ones, what we're going to want to do is go over here to the looks button, which we're already on, and then if you take a look at the switch backdrop block here, and I'm clicking on it right now, there's actually, if you click on the drop down menu, there's actually two. There's space, okay, and then there's the moon. Okay, when I click on the code, it switches those in and out. Okay, so right now we're on the space screen here. Okay. And what we're going to do is code it so chatbot's going to ask another question about, do you want to go to the moon, okay? So where you want to put this is up to you. I'd say we could probably just do another, what makes the most sense, is just grab another ask block and put it down here. Okay, and then you can type in and delete what's your name and type in your next question. Want to go to the moon. Okay. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to need another if-else or if-then statement here. So let's go and grab that. If-then. And then same as before, go to operators. And we're going to choose the equals there. Put this down there. And then go up to sensing, go to answer. If the answer is equal to not 50, but yes, then we're going to switch that backdrop. And let's see, right now it's on space and we want it on the moon, so let's go ahead and choose that. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that and see what happens here. Click on Nano. Okay. Third question wants to go to the moon. Yes. And so after we did that, we asked the third question, I want to go to the moon, and then if the answer is yes, the backdrop switches. Okay. That's kind of fun. So from here, you can keep doing more with Chatbot. You can, like I said before, you can add more questions. You could add jokes. Maybe Chatbot could sing a song. You name it. You could also add some sound effects in there, and have some music going maybe while Chatbot is interacting, and so on. So that's pretty much it for this week's project. It was a good example of using variables, and also we learned how to use some strings there with these blocks, using operators and so on. So and then of course the variable blocks over here and creating the variables. So all right, well, I think we will call it a day, and this is a pretty good start to a project. And I'd like to just give you one other little fun tip. That's something that you can do for additional fun if you want, and that's to actually be able to hear the Chatbot say things. So if you go down here on the code tab to the lower left corner, and click on the extensions, there's actually an extension for text-to-speech. So if you click on that, it's going to load in some text-to-speech blocks. And you could actually, if you wanted to, again, this is for just extra, you could actually grab one of these blocks and put it in here, and then Chatbot would actually say things out loud. Let's try it out. I'm going to drop it right in here. And right now it says speak hello, and we don't want hello, so we're going to get that out of there. And let's type in hi. And let's just try that out. And actually, let's do this. Let's do it right. Let's go over to the operators. And we're going to get another join block like we've been using. Let's drop that in there. And then, remember what to put in here? Not apple, banana. We want to type in hi. And then we want name, right? So go ahead and go down to our variables button there. And let's click a name block, and let's drop that in there. Okay, let's give this a try. What's your name?
Hi, Derek.
And so on. Okay, and now Chatbot is continuing on with the rest of the code. And so you would do the same thing to get Chatbot to talk again. It's getting pretty filled up here, but if we grab another speak block, we'd want to put that in. Let's see here. Go to our text-to-speech blocks, and then we could type in the same thing down here. We could put in a speak after the next question and answer. So we have say hi, and then we have are you okay? And you probably want to put it right down in here. Okay. And then you type in the same response there. That's great to hear. And enter. And let's try that.
Hi, Derek.
Okay. Oop, I missed one. Are you okay? Let's go ahead and grab speak and drop that right there. And then we need the operators again, right? Okay. And then we're going to get that name variable. Drop that in there. Okay, let's give that a try now.
Hi, Derek.
Okay. Okay, so I didn't hear the "Are you okay, Derek" on that one. So we need to go back and check our code on that. I'm not sure. Alright, let's go ahead and type this in.
Are you okay, Derek? That's great to hear.
Okay, so we had a little bit, there's a little glitch there, a computer bug, and that happens a lot with coding. So we need to figure out what we need to do to get that text-to-speech lined up correctly. And we have a whole lot of code here to look at, so you can go in there and fix it and so on. But I think you guys get the idea, and you can have some more fun with it. So I would probably put some music in there too, just for even more fun. And you can go to the sounds library over here on the sounds tab, and you could probably get a loop or something to put in there. Okay, so we won't go into that now, but just some more ideas to make your program really fun. So, all right, so I think we will call it a day. It was a good, fun project, I think. I hope you enjoyed it. And let me go ahead and just get out of this screen here for a moment. And we will talk a little bit about what's coming up here next. So, all right. So our next meeting is going to be, oops. Well, that screen is a little bit off there. Let me see if I can fix this here. The next meeting is going to be July 21st. Okay, and we'll have another project then for you guys. And if you haven't done it already, you can find our previous projects, previous weeks there on our YouTube channel at Victory Libraries YouTube channel. Or I'm sorry, Ada Community Libraries YouTube channel. And it's the web link there, go.adalib.org/YouTube. So if you're looking for more to do, check that out and have some fun with it. And hope to see you guys next time. And thanks so much for joining us again. Again, next week, July 21st, a new video will be posted here with the new project. So thanks so much, and have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.